Welcome to Couve.com. I'm Kathy Eckelbarger, and Bill Turlay joins us today to share his insight and reflect on his first year in office. Welcome, Bill.
Nice to see you again, Kathy. My pleasure.
How have you been? You're known as an affable guy. You're very approachable, and you also have a very good sense of humor. How has all of that helped you in office?
A lot of times a little humor can break some tension, and I think I bring that to there. I think everybody realizes that I'm not up there to be a comedian or a clown or a buffoon, but sometimes a smile or a joke or something like this can break tension. I know it works that way around my house. So I've had 50 years of experience with Stephanie of trying to break tension at times. So you realize that everybody's trying to make Vancouver a better place to live.
Soon after you were sworn in, you stated it's an entirely different view sitting on the council versus a person from the audience. Do you want to expand on that?
Sure. As you sit up there, you're looking at every issue that comes before you. You've got to make a decision on it. If you're sitting in the audience, you don't have to do that. And when you're making decisions that are going to impact people's lives, you want to make sure that you do the very best job you can.
Now that you've been in office for a year, how has the office changed you, and how have you changed the office?
How has it changed me? I have a lot more respect for the amount of volunteer work that goes on in this city. But the quality of people that we have here and the volunteer work they do came as a big surprise to me. I had no idea of the quantity and the quality of the people who are volunteering to help our city be a better place to live. I think that now I'm becoming a little more tolerant of, had a very narrow perspective on how government should be run. That has increased a little bit. My core values have not changed, but I have a better understanding of how government works. Sometimes you don't get what you want. I'm on the low end of a 5-2, 6-1 voting on many occasions. But on other occasions, I learned to work together, and we come up with a good solution to whatever the problem might be before the council.
You've suggested that the Port Authority, the high-tech business, schools should partner to forecast jobs and prepare the local workforce for jobs of the future. Have there been any developments in this area?
Absolutely, absolutely. That's one of the things, is to try to identify the technical needs, for instance, and the STEM program works that way too. And the other thing is to not forget are the service things. We still need plumbers, electricians, carpenters, et cetera, et cetera. So you got to have vocational training in addition to technical training. Very
good. What do you know today about your position on the council that you would have liked to have known before you were sworn into office?
Well, actually, they started a new program at the city, which I'm very, very glad for. As soon as I was elected, they started scheduling me for interviews and or briefings by all the departments: police, fire, public works, accounting, et cetera, et cetera. So I got a thorough briefing of how the city worked. Talking with Pat Campbell had the position before I did, and one of the things I was telling him about was this program, and he says, I wish I had that. He said, I had to go out and stumble through it and everything else and learn it myself, and sometimes people were helpful and cooperative, and other times it was like dragging, pulling teeth or something.
You were talking about your personal relationships. Soon after your campaign ended, you said campaigns create strain on relationships. How have you been able to blend your family time with your council time in the last 11 months?
Well, I do a lot of groveling to my wife to apologize to her that this job takes a lot more time than what I had originally envisioned. And I says, listen, your weekends are always going to be ours, et cetera, et cetera. It hasn't always turned out that way. So there's a certain amount of adjusting the family has to do. When you make the decision to run for public office, one of the things that you have to do is that you have to have the backing and support of your spouse. There's no way you can run for a public office and not have your support there, because if you don't, it's going to be a real rough ride for you personally at home.
Well, Bill, I want to thank you for coming in today. It's been a pleasure having you speak, and best of luck to you and the council over the next year and a couple of years to come.
Thank you, Kathy. It's been a real pleasure.
All right. Thank you, Bill.
Thank you.